Hi, I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to my blog.stampwithelaine.com. Today we're going to be making this card. It's from the Country Lane Suite on pages 42 and 43. The stamp set we're using is Country Home. My card base is Whisper White thick. That's been cut at 4 1/8 by 11 3/4 inches. In metric, that would measure 10.5 by 29.8 centimeters and folded in half. You need a piece of mint macaron cut at 3 3/4 inches by 5 1/2 inches. That's 9.5 by 14 centimeters. A piece of blackberry bliss, 2 1/2 by 3 1/2 inches. That's 6.35 centimeters by 8.9 centimeters. You need some galvanized metallic paper. This 2 3/4 inches by 3 1/2 inches. So basically it's half of this sheet. But what I did was I embossed the whole sheet and then cut it in half, as I've done here, so then I could use it for the two cards. Out of a scrap of Whisper White cardstock, I cut out a stitched circle framelit with the largest of the circles from the Stitch Shapes framelit dies. And you also need a scrap of Whisper White so that you can stamp and colour in the milk churn. We need the Tin Tile Dynamic Textured Impressions Embossing Folder, mint macaron ink, tuxedo black memento ink, and some stamping blends. These are the two new ones in Rich Razzleberry and Cajun Craze. Mint macaron, old olive, and the smoky slate combos. Braided linen thread. The ordinary Big Shot platform and just one cutting plate, because this is a dynamic embossing folder and you only need one plate. Sandwich your galvanized metal paper into the embossing folder. Make sure it's straight. Your best bet is to butt it right up against the hinge. Pop it on the Big Shot platform, top embossing plate, and then run it through the Big Shot. To save time, I've already done that, and I'm going to use one of my blends, mint macaron, to scribble over here to give it the distressed look. Allow it to dry before you use it. Do a bit of stamping. I'll bring in a foam mat because the stamps are photopolymer. They don't have a cushion, so you need to provide a cushion for it. So just use a foam mat or your piercing mat. I'm going to stamp the milk churn and the label. There are some smaller letters here which will fit inside that label. So I'm going to stamp thanks. Set that aside and I'll stamp the floral bit next. So I've chosen this one because it's broader along the base. Onto our colouring. I've protected the work surface because the inks will bleed through. So I'm just going to start with Cajun Craze and use the darker one first. Just following the shading that's already on the stamp and then blending it with the lighter tone of Cajun Craze. Next I'm going to colour the artichoke. Then I'll do the flowers in Rich Razzleberry. Again, this is a new colour. mint macaron for the leaves, cherry cobbler. I think I missed that one out, but you can't have brown berries. Oh, I missed a leaf here. Now I'm going to do the urn. Oops, I forgot to record. I've gone through the urn where I think the shade will be darker in the dark smoky slate. Now I'm just going to blend with the lighter one. Now we'll need to do a bit of fussy cutting. So angle your scissors. I'm going to cut the top fairly close to the black line because I don't want it to show there's a gap because that's going under the flowers. So move your paper, angle your scissors at a 45-degree angle and move your paper rather than the scissors. I'm going to be using this sentiment and this little tile here. Now we're ready to assemble the card. So a bit of Tombow on the back, glue it to the inside of my Whisper White card. Glue this mint macaron layer on the front of the card. Grab a bone folder and then I can pop this one in. Glue the Blackberry Bliss piece, butt it to that section there, just to gauge where the tape should go. You don't want it extending outside of the circle. And I'm going to put a few rows of this on here so I can attach my braided linen thread. Then I'm going to use my new Take Your Pick tool to help me remove the backing paper from the double-sided tape. I'll take the linen thread and weave it back and forth. Pop dimensionals on the back and pop this on top. Put some dimensionals on the bottom of the milk churn. Glue on the top here. And then position that underneath. Fray the edges of your linen thread. Here's another card I made using the jug and also the galvanized metal clips. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. Do give me a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe or share on Facebook, and my grateful thanks if you do. The list of supplies will be in the Show More section below this video with direct links to my online store. They'll also be listed on my blog at blog.stampwithelaine.com. And you can also find me on Facebook, Pinterest or Instagram. Thanks for visiting today, and I'll be back soon. Bye!